Chad Hymas is a Hall of Fame speaker, a best-selling author, and a renowned advocate for resilient leadership and safety. He was paralyzed from the chest down after an accident, and he inspires audiences worldwide with his powerful message of overcoming adversity and living with purpose. So today we welcome Chad to the stage and ask for your full, undivided attention for him.
That's the last picture we had before this accident. This is 24 years old. My favorite part about that picture is my hands. They have good color. They have good muscle. Today they're curled. They're bent. In fact, Mike, let you and I shake hands. Go ahead. Describe them.
Cool.
So they're not that warm. That's because there's no blood to them. Fair enough, very little. What else?
It's soft.
Soft. If you want to be romantic, we can go there as well. They're soft. They're very, very bony. Straighten out my fingers, Mike. Help me out. Straighten them out. Ouch. Just joking. Keep going. No, look at the middle. Look at the middle of my hand. Look, right in the middle. Yeah, right there. Tell them what you see.
Skin.
Skin, and the bones are sticking out. All my fingers stick out of the palm of my hand. Would you all do me a favor? Straighten out your fingers, look at your palms. I bet you, look, I can't see any bones sticking out. It's covered with what, John?
Skin.
Skin and muscle. Look at all the bones. Do you see the difference? Now you know why I like the picture. One thing I love about my hands, I love the heel. I need your help, so tell me your name.
Josh.
Josh, what's on the heel of my hands?
Calluses.
Look at that sucker. Look at those calluses.
Yep.
You tell them, what's a callus a sign of?
Work.
Hard work.
Yep.
I think the same thing you do. Let me see your hands. Jeez. I'm just saying, those are lotioned.
Yep.
Those are lotioned. I'm just saying, I'm just giving a hard time. I watch my calluses very close. I don't want them too soft, because then they'll bleed. I don't want them too hard, because then they'll crack. They're like traction on your boots. My calluses are how I propel, forward or backward, because my hands don't grip. My wife went to Walmart because Walmart can solve most of your major issues. And my wife bought mountain bike tires. So when I use my heel to push against mountain bike tires, now what happens? Which enables me to not have to use the electric 320-pound wheelchair. The airlines don't like those so much. Right? This chair weighs 12 pounds, made of titanium, and it allows me to travel the world in whatever airline I want with very, very few distractions or problems. Made of titanium, hard to break this sucker. Does that make sense? That picture is 48 hours before the accident. And I'm going to share it with you briefly just to solve curiosity. I didn't come here to talk about my story today, although I do want to share my gratitude for all of you. That I want to convey, but I didn't come here to talk about my story. I didn't even really come here for you. Please don't be offended by that. But I didn't. I came here for everybody else that benefits because of the life that you resonate and the people that you serve. That's why I came here today. And we would do things for others, as we talked about earlier, that sometimes we won't do for ourselves, won't we? So don't make this day about you, otherwise it might be time well wasted. Think about others, those that you can help, those that you can share with, those that you can serve. Today will have tremendous meaning to you. 2 days after that photo was taken, I got a phone call. I was in Salt Lake. She's an hour away in Rush Valley. She calls me up. The little kid in the stroller just took his first 2 steps. I know, that's a big deal, especially in our family, because our motto is BFFF, Basketball Farming Family First. That's our motto.
Yeah.
So the deal that day was to get home early from work, take care of ranch chores, be home for dinner early, teach the kid in the stroller how to jump off the left foot, shoot with the right hand, and do his first layup. That was the purpose of the day. I never would make it back for that. I did stop by the farm. I left work around noon, and I needed to feed 640 head of elk. God knows I love them. It is a dream. And if that's what heaven looks like, if all it is green grass and water and elk and horses, I'll take it. That's just me. I will take it and not ask for anything more. That's just how I feel today. Knowing that I have a very limited mindset, but I would take that. I hopped onto a backhoe, one that I drive every day. I know how to operate a backhoe. I might not be the best driver, but I can accomplish the task at hand. I operate one consistently. I did load up a bale of hay that weighs more than your SUV vehicles parked outside. I lifted the bale up 15 feet to put it in the feeder, and I saw a problem. The red light on my dash was blinking. It was flashing on and off. It was a warning indicator that my hydraulics were low. I saw it. I chose to ignore the warning light. Tell me why. So I'm a farmer. So you're gonna make us up
all the time. You just do it.
It does, and the reason why we just do it is because we've gotten away with it before, and it's never been a problem.
Yep.
And that's why I sit in a chair, because I was given agency and I made the wrong choice, because it became behavior to do that, because I'd never gotten caught. Teach your posterity this. Just because you don't get caught doing something wrong makes it right. And that, my friends, has been a massive learning lesson for me. The bale of hay rolled over backwards, landed on my head, punched it through the steering wheel, the shaft went through my mouth, broke all 7 vertebrae in my neck, and did sever over 93% of my spinal cord. The doctors were able to repair, with 13 surgeries, everything. New implants for teeth, new palate, new nose structure, new bridge up on top of my nose, new jaw, with bone from my back, bone from my hip, bone from my butt, skin grafts, muscles that they pulled from other places, blood vessels. They replaced it all. There was one thing they could not fix, and it's still not repairable today. With everything we know, there's more we don't know. The spinal cord, which consists of over 7 million strands, in less than that of a pencil lead, connects to every nerve ending of your entire body, both external and internal, receiving and giving away. So touch and feel, those are 2 different cords. So I did lose my feet, I lost my legs, I lost the midsection, I lost my stomach, 2 out of 3 chest muscles, most of the strength and use of my arms, and I lost complete use of my fingers and my hands. And that's where my new life was to begin. If somebody came into our meeting right now and said, hey, there's been an accident right outside the rodeo grounds, there's been a bus tip over, kids are trapped, we need some help, blood everywhere. What's everybody doing inside this room right now? Are you changing your clothes into your uniform, yes or no? Are you changing out of your nice clothes, yes or no? Are you taking off your white gloves, yes or no? None of that becomes important to you. You only have one goal. Save the kids. Breaking your own skin too. Because you're dang good people. And I know that. But that's not our challenge. Our challenge is how much more I could do what the mayor asked the chief to do and benchmark as a father at a much higher level. Benchmark as a husband at a much higher level. Now I have a granddaughter. I have one. Benchmark as a grandfather at a much higher level, even though I can't feel her when she sits on my lap. I can't play kickball. I can't sit on a horse. But I don't want to think about those things, because then when I do, I'm a very bad grandpa. But when I ask her if she'd like to sit on my lap, or let her use me as a shopping cart at Walmart, more comes to me. So in other words, I don't have to be anybody else but who? But the best version of me, and she loves me for that. When I go out there and I do what I can with her, we have a pretty dang cool relationship. And the same thing exists with my spouse and my wife. I only have one, my spouse and my kids. I'm still married to the same girl. We just celebrated 30 years, and I've been in a wheelchair for 25 of them. So I'll take that. I will take that. I asked her what got us to 30 years. And her helping me out with everything, from skincare to bathing to wiping to things that when we say for better or worse, that's just a bogus statement. No, I mean that. I don't think we get married to the love of our life planning on them being our caregiver. Is that fair? I know we think that, but when it really happens, it's just... I don't mind people that I'm not in love with helping me. Oh no, I love them. I'm just not married to them. I don't mind having strangers help me. I do have a more difficult time having the girl that I married helping me. I do. So I asked her, what's gotten us to 30 years? I did not like her answer. She said that she did not marry me for my body. That's not a compliment. I just don't think that's a nice answer. And then she asked me a question. She asked me if I married her for hers. That's a trick question. 21-year-old kid, mindset was body was a little bit different. I'm just saying. So I just lied to her. And I told her she had a sweet spirit, which you can say in Utah and get away with something like that. Our family has now changed. You guys know this. We don't just have the two boys. We adopted Gracie from Guatemala. There she is in the black dress. Just got home from her mission. Caleb, we adopted him 6 years ago from a place called Ethiopia. I was asked by Katie Couric on the Today Show if I could go back and change what happened to me, calling out the first responders, all the pain and struggle of learning how to breathe again, eating solids, eating the applesauce, courting my spouse, intimacy, riding a motorcycle. I mean, in order to avoid all that pain of learning how to get dressed again, the pain of not being able to take a deep breath. I mean, we can go on and on for hours. Having the bowel accidents, the bladder accidents, all the embarrassment that goes with that. If I go back and change that in order to avoid that pain, would I change it? And my answer is simple. Very simple. I wouldn't change it. It doesn't mean I don't miss it, but I wouldn't change it, because if I went back and changed that night, what would I have to give up? What did I miss the night that I got hurt? I missed something very special that I was supposed to see. My son. The same day he took his first steps is the same day I took my last. So he's never seen me walk. IHCLDS hospital. In a coma, 8 months. That's a long nap. My wife is just waiting. When I wake up, I can't feed my face. I can't get the applesauce to my mouth. My wife comes in and she tells me that she'll feed me for the rest of my life. Gentlemen, how would you feel about that? There's a little bit of pride there. There's no way. So I'm not wanting to live anymore. So I'm just kind of going through the motions, trying to figure out a way to not be alive. And I haven't come up with a solution yet. And then things begin to change right here. As I go to therapy, meet new people. My wife transfers me. Look at that. Shondel's transferred me. I lifted my butt up with my own bare hands, right there. Now I'm getting after it a little bit. I learned how to push a wheelchair with sticky gloves. I learned how to push a wheelchair with gloves that have glue on them. Oh, that's my therapist. He's a little cocky, University of Utah grad right there. Here it is, look, that's live. Look at him wearing his cowboy clothes, look at that. He dressed up for the occasion. He runs right to my side. Dad, Mom said your legs don't work, we don't care. You promised that you would teach us basketball, Dad. He took off my hospital gown, saw me naked, did not care, put my Michigan State basketball sweats on, and we played basketball for the first time in the ICU of the hospital right here. Look at his face. When I saw him smile, I never thought about suicide again, and I coached both my boys all the way up to college. Did not miss a game, not one. Park City, Utah, helicopter, must be game day. I don't miss the kids' games. I use the bird 4 or 5 times a week. The bird is freedom for me. It is true freedom. We still have the elk ranch today. My boys are taking that over. And that's the Great Salt Lake of Salt Lake City, Utah. I've always wanted to fly. Once was enough, too. I'm never doing that again. Are my dreams coming true today, yes or no? The answer is yes. My dreams are coming true and my life is being blessed. Not in spite of a bad choice, but I got a second chance at life because of you guys. And I'm just going to say thank you for that. Despite missing the way that life used to be, I can't change it. I'm not going to waste my time thinking about it. And if I do think about it, I don't want to stay there too long. Otherwise, that's called depression. That's called suicidal thoughts. I don't want to retract and stay back in that lull. So I'll think about the way life used to be, only enough for me to appreciate what I have now. And then I need to get out of that funk really quick. Real quick. I want to thank you all for giving me 50 minutes of your time, 53. I'm going to turn the time back over to Chief Hales to wrap us up, and thank you.